Welcome to this analysis tutorial for the course Introduction GIS Cartography. Today I will show you how to perform an analysis in ArcGIS, which you can use, or which you have to use for the Atlas project. First of all, this video is showing you at the example of an existing analysis that is found on Blackboard, how to perform an analysis. So first thing you need to do when watching this video is go to Blackboard, Introduction GIS Cartography, go to Course Content and the Map Atlas project, and you'll find two documents there that you will need during this video, this instruction video. The two documents are Tutorial ArcGIS Analysis, which contains the assignment that you will be doing, and the tutorial step-by-step document, which is kind of a written handout on how to perform the analysis. And on top of that, you will have this video that shows you how to do the analysis. And you have to copy-paste the data from the L drive G023031 tutorial to your own directory. If you work at the university, that is the DTemp. I will be recording two videos today. The first video that you are watching now is a video on how to perform a geospatial calculation in ArcGIS. The second video is a video on how to map the results of your calculation, which is the analysis. Both videos are an example that you will have to rebuild into your own Atlas project. So think, while you are watching this video and doing the assignment, of another assignment that you can do in your region of the Atlas project that contains an ArcGIS analysis. How to watch this video? A few tips. First of all, read the assignment carefully. You will probably have to pause this video a lot to catch up, read the assignment again, or read the step-by-step handout. So do that. And I have added chapters to this video. Those chapters correspond with the numbers of the tutorial step-by-step handout. So it should be easy for you to understand where in the process, which step of the process you are. So, without further ado, I open ArcGIS and I start reading the assignment, which I have here. Municipalities in the West Brabant region in the Netherlands have been wondering how many square kilometers of residential area are within a distance of 100 meters from a main road. In addition, they would like to have a map which indicates the square kilometers of residential areas within the distance as a percentage of the total area within each municipality's borders. You can already see the two videos that I'm creating in this assignment. The data can be found under L023031 that you have to copy to your own drive. That is also the first tip. Second tip is that the road is considered a main road when you are allowed to drive at least 75 kilometers per hour or faster. The third tip is to import the symbology for tutorial BBG 2008 from the L drive. I will show you how to do that. And the fourth tip is to use the tutorial municip to determine the total area of each municipality. So, first of all, I will copy paste the data. There's the tutorial, and I move it to my DTemp drive. There it is. And I add the data to my ArcGIS table of contents. The DTemp, there it is. I select the files they are here. So the first thing I notice is, and now we are at step 2, is that the BBG layer doesn't have any colors in it. BBG is soil statistics translated, and it doesn't show me any colors, and normally I would expect that. So what I have to do is I have to import symbology from the original layer. How I do that is I go to Properties, Symbology, and here I find the Import Symbology. Make sure that you have a connection to the L drive, because that is where the original symbology layer, where the original soil statistics layer can be found. It's here under L Nederland Bodemstatistiek. We are using the BBG 2008, as you can see here. So I choose the BBG 2008 layer, and it recognizes that it has the same value fields, which is good. And now when I hit apply, it applies exactly what I want it to apply, namely it's showing me the colors, the different zoning of this region of West Brabant. So that is step 2 of the step-by-step tutorial handout. Now I want to select the housing zoning of this area. So I have to find the field which contains that information. It is in Dutch. This label woontrein with the value 20 is showing me the housing areas. So the fourth step, I select the BBG 2008 layer in the select by attributes, and I choose the BBG 2008a value from the list here. 20 was the value of housing, and now it selects all the housing areas, which is good because now I can export those selected features in the dtemp in my own drive, and I will name it residential area. I add the new layer to my field, and actually I don't need this layer anymore, so I will turn it off. A bit confusing that it has the same color as the other one, so I'll just change the color quickly. The next step is that I have to select main roads. Currently I'm seeing all roads in this region. And therefore I need to know from this table if there is anything about the speed, any information about the speed. Yes, there is. This column shows me the maximum speed of the roads, and as it was mentioned in the tips, a main road is considered a road where you can go 75 kilometers per hour or faster. So I will make a selection based on that. Again, I will go to select by attribute. I will select the tutorial all roads, create a new selection, and I have to find the key pH is bigger or equal to 75. And now it selects the main roads, and again I will export this selection. It automatically now refers to the correct drive, so dtemp tutorial, that is for me, and I will name the layer main roads. And also the all roads. So now I have all the information that I need to perform my calculation. We now have to select the areas within 100 meter from the main roads, the housing areas within 100 meters. I will start by showing you how to do that by a search by location, select by location query. So the target layer is residential area, the source layer is main roads, and the right expression is are within a distance of the source layer feature, and the distance is 100 meters. So these are the areas within 100 meters of main roads. Now when I zoom in, I see that this is probably within 100 meters, but ArcGIS selects the whole polygon and I assume that this area might be within 100 meters of the main road, but this area is definitely not. So my previous question to you was, is this select by location the best way to solve this kind of issue in ArcGIS? And the answer to that is no, it is not. A better way to approach this issue is to perform first a buffer. Under geoprocessing, select the buffer function. The input feature is main roads. We will draw the buffer from the main roads. It has not recognized the right directory, so I have to go to dtemp, select the tutorial, and I will call it buffer main roads. I want to draw a 100 meter buffer, and do not forget to turn on the dissolve function. Now it has drawn a 100 meter buffer around the roads, which you can see right there. At this point of the analysis, I also don't need the main roads layer any longer. The next step is to perform a clip operation. So under geoprocessing, click on clip. A clip is the cookie cutter, and by now you should understand what the input and what the clip features are. So the clip feature is the cookie cutter, that is the shape, and the input is the raw data that we want to have. So we want to have the housing areas that are within 100 meter buffer of the main roads. So there, this is the right order. The input is residential area and the clip is the buffer. I have to select the right directory, and I will call my file, my clip, the buffer clip. And when I turn off all the information, I can see that these are the housing areas within 100 meter of the main roads, which is a better approach than what we previously have seen with the select by location query. Make sure that all previously made selections are deselected, by clear selected features, and also make sure that you now fully understand what the difference is between a search by location and the buffer clip. The final step in making the calculation is actually to go to the attribute table. Here we find all the clip features. What we have to do is we have to add a field and make sure that we choose float, and I will call that field area, actually I don't have to add a field, I can just recalculate the existing area field. I do that by calculating the geometry. I choose square kilometers. Now it has recalculated the total area for square kilometers after the clip operation. And if I go to statistics, I see that the sum, so the total area of the housing areas that are within 100 meters of the main roads, is 1.23 square kilometer. 1.23 square kilometer. And if I go back to the assignment, municipalities in the West Brabant region in the Netherlands have been wondering how many square kilometers of residential area are within 100 meters from a main road. I can answer that now, 1.23 square kilometers. That concludes the first part of this video. In the other video I will show you how to conclude, how to make the second part of the assignment.